zooming out there. I'm going to try to, there we go. I don't want that in there. There you go. All right. So, yeah, let those notifications go out. We're in the car today. I need to tell y'all something. That, the math ain't mathing. Yep. The math ain't mathing. So, again, give it a few minutes. Let those notifications go out. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and do our usual check. But we're going to talk about this because I mentioned this about the sirens. And I've been paying attention to the patterns. You know how patterns tell a story. And I've been wondering about on Zap Day, which for those who don't know, we talk about radio frequency poisoning. When we talk about Zap Day, we talk about Zap Day. That just means that the narcissistic matrix has ramped up extra frequency to electrocute people. That's what's going on. It's all over TikTok about how we're basically living our lives inside of a microwave. We pretty much are. So, anyhow, no, I do not believe that our YouTube channel is being suppressed. No, that's not my mindset. Not at all. No, we are being progressed. You see, the devil's all about appearances. And so, I know the math ain't mathing. So, I put some stuff out on Quora, by the way, getting back to that. But, as usual, let me go ahead and get this going. Okay. All right, I see that. All right, now, let me... Yep, I'm waiting on y'all to come on in. We are doing our usual here. Okay. There we go. And I will monitor the chat over here as usual, rather than be walking, trying to see on the little screen there. But, yeah, let's have this discussion. Because, yes, I now know what the difference is, the patterns of these sirens on Zap Day. Because yesterday, the pagan tradition, and I mean, let me tell you, the sirens were going off. When I got back to where I dwell, if you will, yeah, I've got the windows cracked. I'm in a public parking lot, obviously, but you'll hear the occasional hot rod, as usual. Okay, but the sirens. I'm not surprised that, hello everybody, welcome. I'm not surprised though that they went off. I mean, it was like crazy last night. I was like, wow, it seemed like every half hour I was hearing sirens go by. I remember mentioning this in one of our live streams about the way that the siren was blaring, just the frequency of it being drawn out, like, you know, kind of like that. And I got to thinking, I said, boy, that's different. They usually have that one on Zap Day. Yesterday was not technically a Zap Day, but God revealed to me, because I've been like, what is with that? Because usually it's a wee, you know what I'm saying? And so I was like, what's the difference when it's not Zap Day and it's regular, real quick frequency? And then, you know, the highs, the anyway. All right, so you got that. And then on Zap Days. And I said, what is it with that siren? It's the death siren. Let that sink in. I am Michelle Dickey. That's right, your host for CHA's Let's Just Chat show, streaming on the YouTube channel, Narcissism and Cognitive Dissonance, where trauma healing and spiritual growth are front and center while combating radio frequencies for healthier living. And so we are going to stream for however long however long God has us do. All right, like I said, I don't know how long we're going to be up here, but yeah. That's it. The sirens. Because I was like, what is with that? It's like it goes, and I was like, but then it made me think of these, of like the movie Silent Hill. Made me think of that. Oh, I've seen it. Made me think of that. And I said, ooh, that's a real eerie feeling, isn't it? And I said, that's the death siren. Now, what do a lot of those sirens come from? What is the symbol of death? That's right. The stake in the ground with a snake wrapped around it. That's the symbol of death. Now, I saw this on TikTok, and it's pretty spot on. When you look at the word pharmacy, take the P out. And, okay, so, the symbol of death inside the matrix. So, right, on your fire trucks, your ambulances, you see that symbol of death. So then you hear that siren on zap days, on the days every 72 hours, where more radio frequency is being harnessed to zap people in stores, restaurants, maybe even at work, what have you, online. Oh yeah, to ramp it up just enough to keep that autonomic nervous system numbed, right? They got to keep that body's internal heat really high. And yes, like a wailing banshee, there you go. That's it, right there. And I said to myself, oh my gosh, because last night I'm just standing there analyzing some things that happened. Yeah, y'all, listen, on yesterday's live, that dude, yeah, okay, as far as I know, he just some homeless dude that I see every once in a while. But God took care of him. I don't know what he said other than heightened awareness. But I saw, as you will see in the pinned comment on that replay, okay, the title is, that's right, the title is, right, the narcissist and the devil live in the past and more. Okay, in the pinned comment, you will see. That's right, you will see that I did not internalize, but I saw his face, pure evil. I know that look. Chosen ones, we know that look. Okay, his demon spirit got rattled because we're speaking truth. And so as far as this YouTube channel, again, y'all, it's not being suppressed. It's just we know the math ain't mathing, but we own it, okay? We own it. And I know we're not the only one. Because I do utilize search engine optimization. I do utilize keywords. I have even updated the hashtag and things like that. Oh yeah, we're always at work behind the scenes. So as far as we talk about narcissists, the matrix, a lot of the content that we talk about on this channel, I find all day long over on TikTok. So it ain't the content. It's Jesus. Y'all, that you got to remember that this spiritual battle for the mind, it ain't got nothing to do with us, the human side. It's our spirit. It's the Jesus spirit. You got to remember that. Okay? And that, right, that, we live in a narcissistic matrix with a bunch of death symbols and then a death siren. I swear, making that connection was like, well, ho, it makes sense because, well, that's what they're doing, cooking people from the inside out with the radio frequency. So of course, and so yeah, the Jesus spirit. Listen, y'all, the Godhead's protecting all of us. We are divinely protected, chosen ones. We are divinely protected by God. You got to remember that. So yeah, it's a more mournful animal sound. Yeah, pretty much. Okay. And then the pagan days are witching days. Now, I need y'all to understand this too. That whatever that dude muttered during the live stream, whatever it is he said, that witchcraft, it don't work on chosen one. Remember that. Numbers 23:23. Isaiah 54:17. Okay? No weapon formed against thee shall prosper. Because we are getting the heightened awareness. So I knew he was mocking us. I knew that, but be not deceived. God is not mocked. So you better believe that Oh, yeah. God will take care of that. God's the one out here fighting our battles for us. As you'll hear. All right? If you have not done so, I highly encourage y'all to check out CHA's Truth Seeker podcast. Yeah, that link is listed below. So, I want to thank y'all for hitting that thumbs up too. All right? And so, for anybody who may have dropped off, anybody who may have unsubscribed because we don't celebrate these pagan things anymore, that's on them. They're not meant to go with us where God has taken us. And so, because the narcissistic matrix out here goes by numbers, because they're walking and living by sight. Like, the matrix wants you to think that if you don't have X amount of followers or subscribers, that somehow you ain't nothing. That's not true. I have seen content creators, by the way, content creators who will tell you that it doesn't take hundreds and thousands of clients for them to earn the income that they earn. Now, mind you, they don't tell you what they earn. That's legit. If they're out here trying to tell you that they're earning 6 figures or more, they're bragging. What did God say about boasting? Exactly. Don't be doing it. But they tell you that they are generating a decent income, and it doesn't take hundreds and thousands of followers. They are correct. They are correct. It doesn't. It's like my mentor in spirit said. All right, my mentor in spirit said one time, and I know it's in one of her videos, but it resonated. It says, she told us, she said it takes just one kingdom connection to change our lives. That's true. It takes just one to get started. So that's why I hear the Lord say, it just don't matter what the devil out here trying to do. This narcissistic matrix and it death symbols. It don't matter. Because that's what it is. It's doom and gloom. It's the demonic realm. It's all about that ugly. It's all about spiritual wickedness. It's all about dark and that's why Chosen One, we get targeted. It's because Jesus is the light of this world. He overcame this world. And so that's what this world can't stand about us, is that Jesus saves. Jesus saved our souls. Glory be to God. And so never forget that. Okay, never forget that. And that's exactly another great point. Thank you, Chris. That if you see people out here who are, well, not only that, let me tell y'all something. The last couple of days that we did our live stream walking, and I made it known that if you're idolizing or you're following this ministry based on looks, this ain't the ministry for you. Because that's not how we roll. Okay, that is not how we roll. We are walking and living by faith. That's it. And so, they want you to click on their ads. Absolutely. They out here trying to tell you they're making 6 figures with whatever proven technique. Sign up for their free webinar. That's a pyramid scheme. Don't fall for that. Don't fall for that. And, right. And they do. They make up those numbers, y'all. It's a make-believe world out there, right? The narcissistic matrix, make-believe world. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And I can tell y'all right now that I know the Jezebels like to check in and see if their handiwork paid off. Well, let me ruin their day. Well, it's not me. It's God. The Holy Spirit says, go ahead, tell them. They failed. The Jezebels that tried to put us back to sleep failed, and they failed big time. Because it backfired, y'all. We're just becoming more aware. We are becoming more aware of how our autonomic nervous system responds to things. To things just as simple as getting inside this car to sit down. I felt it today. I was like, Whoa! So that's been hiding underneath there all along. Okay. All right. Now we know what to do. So that's the thing. It's all about that heightened awareness, that spiritual awareness. So all of y'all who are ready for God's spiritual truth and these truths, welcome to our growing community of spiritual warriors for Christ. We tell it like it is. I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat nothing. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that God is going to do this, because God's already doing it. God is a promise keeper. You got to trust and believe that. You got to trust and believe that God is already doing what he promised to do. And yeah, if you're talking about the fluctuation of the radio frequency and our internal temp, yeah, so throughout the year, absolutely. I know all about that. I'm experiencing it. Yeah, in the room today, on and off, I was like, okay. God's like, hold on a second. Hang tight. Because on the inside, my internal environment doing a little bit of fluctuation. I'm like, okay, I'm totally aware, very in tune with it. Okay, it's seasonal. Okay, right. And thank you. Whenever someone is a little bit honest, or okay, very honest about how he does it, and that, there you go, and that people think, right, he explained that it's nowhere near what people think it should be, and it is seasonal. It's hit or miss. This is another reason why, chosen ones, we have to learn how to kick the enemy out of our finances where possible. Because it is, yeah, it's very seasonal. And yeah, the income fluctuates over the year, exactly. And so does the radio frequency. I know, right? Not a coincidence, but yes. And so thank you for sharing, because that is the truth. All right. For those who are, if you are trauma bonded to the matrix and you are highly dependent on that week to week, it will be very difficult to be transformed by the renewing of the mind, because you're going to have to let that go. You have to let that go. You're going to have to understand the millionaire mindset. So, right, and then, okay, the dynamic of touching one person's life, how it affects other people that we come in contact with. Exactly. You know, the influence that we have on one another. It's very important. It's very, very important. And so, well, yeah, and we got to keep that. Got to keep all of that in mind. Because, well, okay, for anybody who might need a little bit of a, you want to launch your own ministry tip here, you are going to want to research multiple streams of income. Absolutely, that's not a secret. It's out there. You're going to want multiple streams of income, because of the fact that it's seasonal and our income fluctuates. What we make as content creators fluctuates. Even when we have membership channels like Patreon. By the way, y'all, you can unlock access to exclusive content for as little as $5 a month. Right there on Patreon. Everything that comes into this ministry goes right back in to the growing community of spiritual warriors for Christ at CHA. And so you can check that out. Plus, the Patreon digital product link is also listed below. You don't have to be a member of the Patreon channel to purchase those digital products to help with the combat against radio frequency for healthier living, and then some. We got videos also that you can purchase and download. Okay? Some of the content that is available behind the paywall, but we're making it available to the public, some of them. So you can get a better idea of the type of content that you'll unlock access to. I've got some fellow warriors who can attest to the fact that, hey, yeah, and it's raining. It's raining. We see the water. And so we're just chilling. Let's just chat. Because the narcissistic matrix, the demonic realm, and the number 6. I know a lot of people think that the number 6 is the mark of the beast. It's not. I talk about the mark of the beast on the Patreon channel. But just to give y'all a brief synopsis, it's spiritual. The mark of the beast is not physical. A lot of people have already accepted it. It's called the entitlement mindset. Chosen ones, when God awakens us, we say no to that. Oh, we could very well accept the mark if we wanted to. Oh, we could. God gives us free will, but we choose not to. That's the difference between chosen one and the narcissist, is we choose not to accept the entitlement mindset. Big difference. And so, yeah, it is. The income is on apparent. Okay. Well, I also know, listen, you all, I also know about as far as earning all of your income on YouTube alone, you do need multiple streams, because the ad revenue sharing with YouTube, it depends. It fluctuates big time. And I've been told that, you know, whether or not our channel gets monetized, it'd be nice, but I am not, at first that was one of my goals, yeah. Now I'm like, I have so many things in position already. We've got the academy with courses and more coming. We've got the Patreon channel. I mean, we've got the website. We've got individual sessions, by the way, y'all. Every week, Tuesday through Sunday, we've got individual sessions. So we have, and then the Quora Plus, that's all we've got on that one now, which pretty much is pocket change. I'm going to tell y'all, if I see $10 every 3 months from Quora, that's it. I'm being real with y'all. Okay, so multiple streams of income, that's what it looks like. Is that you're just going to have, and then draft to digital, whenever I get the royalties from my book sales, sometimes it's 52 cents. Other times it's $5. I mean, it just depends. So it fluctuates. So, yeah, and that is another reason why we do accept service grants. Absolutely. That's a big reason why God let us do that. But, yeah, because I did not want to follow the crowd in the world, but the Matrix uses the term donation for financial stuff. And I said, well, it makes more sense for it to be a grant, because a grant you don't have to pay back. Yeah, and I know donations you don't either, but it just didn't sit right with me. But for the podcast, there's a donation button, but that's actually going to take you to the PayPal where you can pledge a service grant. And, you know, it's wonderful, because I'm going to keep getting up here and serving. That's what it's all about. Chosen one, once we get into our purpose, we got to serve. We got to serve that God spirit in y'all. We got to get up here and continue to serve. Serve in the kingdom of God. It doesn't matter what happens. It doesn't matter what the enemy tries to do in the physical. It don't matter. We're going to get up here and we're going to continue to serve. As a trauma specialist, minister, author, consultant, and coach, that is what we're going to do. We got to get up here and inspire and keep y'all motivated. And so, thank you again for hitting that thumbs up. That's how our fellow warriors will get these messages. So, right. Yeah, the books, thank you, Chris. Books are good. I appreciate that. And I want all y'all, I'm going to invite all y'all, the Google business page. All right, you all, we are going to continue with that. Yeah. And so you all can leave Consulting for Heightened Awareness a review on Google. I highly appreciate it. Thank you to those who have, and then thank you to all who will. That Google review link is listed below for quicker access as well. So, yeah, because I understand the trust issue. We get it. Because Chosen One, listen, when God awakened us to all this narcissist, we didn't know. We were like, okay, we can trust God. And really, that's the only person we can trust, God. And that be the God spirit in you. And it takes a little while to get there. I know it does. It takes a little while to get there, but we do. Thank you for the book review option on Amazon. Yes, absolutely. Because you can get a copy of my books off of Amazon as well. The audio books for, right, One Rose Tinted and One Clear Lens, How Narcissism is the Work of the Devil, my very first book. Okay, the audio book to that and the audiobook to Real Events of Narcissistic Abuse, those are only available on the website. And you can find them, that's right, you can find those from the BTBW magazine, my books / other publications link in the navigation drop-down menu right there on the website. And that website link is listed below, cdhrwdrmd.org. So there you go. You can download all the digital products right off the website onto an external hard drive, and you have it for life, baby. You got it for life. There's your value to go back to. Got the videos, Real Talk with God's Wisdom video series. Yep. And so, we just keep it coming. We just keep it coming for y'all. That's what it's all about. Okay? And don't let anyone who's negative, don't let the evil influences around us stop you. Don't. And don't let anything related to actual numbers bother you either. Remember, God don't care about that. God already told me. He said, yeah, I know the math ain't math. And he said, because you done surpassed this already. It's just whatever. It is what it is. But I know what we got. But I was just, I was talking, Chris and I were talking about it via email as far as that goes. And so I'm going to answer your latest email, Chris, real quick. That as far as reaching out to YouTube and the customer service, no. Because a lot of it is AI generated and a lot of it is algorithm based. So I don't even, honestly, I'm not going to waste God's time with that because God already told me. He said, we know the math ain't math. And we know that there was a subscriber flush that took place shortly after that evil minion interrupted our live stream yesterday. We know that. We saw that. We're like, okay. And it was a digital demon attack. So remember, we are reaching goals, right? We set a goal to reach. The devil don't know what our goals are because we don't come out here blabbing them. It's just the fact that we're getting closer to reaching that goal and the attacks ramped up. So we had 2 attacks yesterday. Okay? And the evil and the physical with that dude, the devil's minion there during our live, and then the digital demon on this YouTube channel. So we did, and that's what it was, because yesterday was a pagan day. And so there's all kinds of stuff. But I'm going to tell y'all, the witchcraft don't work on chosen ones. Y'all need to understand that. When God tells us that no weapon formed against thee shall prosper, he is serious. That witchcraft they trying to put out, it don't work on us. It's like, because we are divinely protected by God, that's why. As the Jesus spirit in us, he's like, he don't allow it to work on us. Yeah, the Godhead that's on the inside, the spiritual, the Holy Spirit, he don't let it work on his chosen one. God's like, remember y'all how I've talked about this for those who haven't heard it yet. It's one of my favorite things that God said, yeah. He said, I'm back here in that subconscious mind, right? Anytime the devil trying to attack, I see God taking them work gloves off, picking up a tennis racket in this hand, picking up a tennis racket in that hand. And I can feel when the Lord's like, all right, that's it. Boom, 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 boom. And he's just whacking them tennis balls out of the court, right? Yeah, what do they say in baseball? It's out of this field, right? I can feel God whacking them. He's blocking them. He's blocking them fiery darts. He's like, yeah, thwart them fiery darts. That's right. And so when it comes back down, God's like, all right, you put them tennis rack, the tennis rack down. And you put them work gloves back on. That's what God does. Oh, yeah. He busy. And he does it 24/7, y'all. That spirit don't sleep. The God spirit don't sleep. Let's put that in the comment below. Say, God don't sleep. Oh, no. God don't sleep. He's always working. That's what I say. Turn it over to God, right? Because he is always working. He's always fighting them battles for us. All we got to do is just keep on keeping on. And we notice that the narcissistic matrix has death symbols all around. And then we also notice the number 6. Also. So yes, thank you for hitting the thumbs up. All right, yeah, God don't sleep. There you go. Even on the replay, y'all. Even on the replay. Let's get it, keep it going. Right, and so, right, okay. Now, what you're seeing at the 3.52, well, yeah, but before that little episode yesterday, it was actually at 3.59. But, right, and we are growing steadily, which is what you want. That's what you want. And so, yeah, there you go. I like that one. God, yeah, with them tennis rackets, God's whacking them negatives out of the park. That's right. He's knocking them out of the... Ooh, I like it. Yeah, he sure is. He's like, yeah, it ain't no baseball bat for God. God got more than 2 hands. Remember, Jesus sits at God's right hand, right? God got 2 hands. Well, Jesus got 2 hands, right? But the Holy Spirit got 2 hands. Then we got 2 hands. We got 8 hands, y'all. We got 8 hands at work here. So, it's beautiful. So the devil trying to throw them tennis balls, them negatives. And so, yeah, God. Yeah, God got big hands. Drop that in the comments. Drop that in the comments, even on the replay. God got big hands. That's right. That's why God has big for his chosen one. That's why God says, he says, I want you to think big. God had bigger and better for us. This is why we don't pay attention to little stuff that the enemy trying to do, because the enemy all about appearances anyway, right? The enemy is all about appearances. He just wants things to look a certain way. He wants things to, oh, yeah. But see, I want y'all to know something too. If you haven't seen us on TikTok, we are on TikTok. I highly encourage y'all to jump on to the website and scroll down in the navigation menu to the My Social page. Or you can click CHH Social Platforms right there in the video description below. It'll take you to all of it. Okay, because on TikTok, at CDHRWDRMD. And then, of course, I know it's Michelle Dickey 853 or something like that. But I believe you'll find us easier at CDHRWDRMD on TikTok. All right? And listen, we put more stuff across all social. Now, sometimes we'll drop a similar urgent message. Okay, so to give y'all a heads up, there's going to be one. Okay, it's one that's got to go across all platforms. Because we got to start rounding each other up. Now we got to get our fellow warriors. That's right. I heard the Lord say, he said, go get them. Put that in the comments below. He said, go get them. Go get them. That's what I heard God say. When I was like, all right, so I'm going to do a universal message. Starting with the YouTube shorts. That way I can have the YouTube logo, whatever, in there. And then TikTok and Instagram. Y'all see where we're going with this. I said, all right, so a universal message. Because I heard the Lord say, go get them. He said, go get them, Tiger. God said, go get them. And so that's what it's all about. Because we got to walk the walk. Just like God said, yeah, I'm going to give you the tool. He said, I'm going to give you the vision. So I'm going to give you all this. I've already given it to you. What you going to do with it? Because we're not supposed to sit on it. We're not supposed to sit on it. Although we sitting. But we ain't sitting on our talent and gift. We're not sitting on those visions. But see, God said, I tell y'all, just today, I was like, man, I got all that on the table there. I said, I want to get. He says, I know. He said, but I need you to stop. because we're doing a daily self-check-in because of that awareness of the ANS and how it's responding, especially in this season too, because whoa, like I shared with y'all earlier, I got in the car and I was like, ha ha ha, there she is. Been reacting to that this whole time and I didn't even know it. Now we do. Okay? And so God's like, yeah, we gotta, because I was like, I got. It's like I'm over here going, and God's like, yeah, I know, but stop. He said, you ain't got to have it all done in one day. Remember, I teach y'all that. God said, you ain't got to have it all done in one day. He said, I want you to pay attention. I will share you. Oh, God, let me share with y'all this. All right, my car alarm. Whenever somebody bumps into my car or whatever. I know it ain't nothing fancy, but okay, here's the story behind why does my car have a car alarm? All right, here, we're covering the and more. We know now about the narcissistic matrix and its death symbols. For those who are just now joining us, that's the death siren. And then you have the stake in the ground with the snake wrapped around it. Okay, that's your death stuff inside the narcissistic matrix. And then you have your number 6. Okay, look at the little thingy. Look at Walmart. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, not a coincidence. Okay, I'm telling y'all, heightened awareness. Pay attention. All right, pay attention. Now, that being said, why does my car have a car alarm? Because of the ex-psycho roommate. When I was still at that place with the ex-psycho roommate, there was a time where he took my keys and had a copy made. All right, stay with me. Well, yeah, you would think, okay, car alarm, yes. To alert me if anybody's trying to steal the car, break into the vehicle, blah, blah, blah. Obviously, okay, but the primary reasoning behind it, because it has locks, and it had, well, yeah, I mean, relatively secure as it was. But because the ex-psycho roommate had a key made. He had a master key made. And, no trust whatsoever for that psycho. I didn't want to be like at work somewhere, even though I had a restraining order taken out on him a few months after we finally figured out how he was still tracking us. But I got the car alarm because what it did is even if he were to somehow try to unlock the car with his copied master key that he had, how do I know? Because he told on himself. And oh, yeah, because he told me, wow, he said having a copy of your key made is expensive. Why did he say that? Of course. Okay, so anyway. So, that being said, I decided I need to do something about that. To keep him out of the vehicle. Well, you don't know if he would attempt to try and steal it. You know what I'm saying? And so I had the alarm put on. What that does, the alarm, basically, and it has happened to me, okay? The regular lock, legit now, let me tell you. Because when they told me, after putting the alarm on it, they said that if somebody tried to come up and they had a copy or a key like that, and they tried to unlock it the regular way, the alarm's going to go off. Oh, yeah. And that was by accident. It was acting up one day because I have this little thing right here, all right, that I was streaming from one day, and I didn't realize that this was blocking. Okay, it was blocking the sensor, so we figured out how to get around that now. But before I did, so it screwed up because the sensor thing is right up here for the alarm, right? And so that screwed it up one day, so I had to use the regular lock until I could figure out what was going on. As I get out of the store, and exactly, I go and I unlocked it with the regular lock, opened the door, and I was like, what's that? Oh, that's legit. So seriously, that is how it works. So even, so I need to use the car alarm to lock and unlock the door. Oh, I got it fixed. I had to get it realigned to the sensor, but it was pretty funny. But that's why, because the ex-psycho roommate had a copy made. And I didn't know, knowing what we knew about narcissists then compared to now, would I still have the car alarm put on it now, knowing what I know? Probably not, but it is what it is. And I don't mind having it because I also, there's some other things that got updated, okay, inside the car. So the car alarm serves quite well now. Things that had to be replaced and updated and things like that, as far as Bluetooth connection and stuff. So there you go. All right. So there's your little story time as to why my little 2008 Honda Civic, nothing fancy, but why it has an alarm. And that's why. But earlier today, okay, a neighbor bumped into it. So I'm inside the room and I heard my keychain go beep, 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 beep. And I'm like, oh, okay, so I just go to the window and I look out and he's getting in the car. He was like, sorry. I'm like, it's all good. It's all good. But I also know that was part of a radio frequency attack because of the high beep, 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 beep. Right, to put out frequency. So that's what was going on in the spiritual. See, that's what I'm talking about, that heightened awareness. Like the human host, him bumping into it didn't mean to. But I didn't even know why he did. Because in the spiritual, it was to set off the frequency. To try and zap me inside the room. Oh, it's nowhere near powerful enough. It's just beep, 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 beep. We're aware of it. That's the thing. So I just want to give that to y'all. A little bit of story time there. And so, yeah. And then, as you said, Chris, the car alarm it's serving well, and that's fine. But I don't live in fear about that. You know what I'm saying? I don't live in fear about that at all. Like I said, the ex-psycho roommate, he had a copy made of the master key, and that's a big reason why I got the alarm, because I don't trust him. Now, let's see, this has been, oh gosh, it has been, well, that was in 2018. So it's been a while. Whether or not he's even still, I don't know, and I don't care. I don't know, and I don't care. All I do know is that, oh man, yeah. So, yeah, in the spiritual called bump into the car, and right, you have to be sensitive to those things. Exactly. Right. A lot of people, yeah, ordinary folks don't get how things move in the spirit that affects the spiritual. Yeah, they don't know. Yeah, the sleepers don't know. But we're aware, chosen one, and we're becoming more aware. Absolutely. Absolutely. And so, yeah. Well, they don't, yeah. And that's why I said, as far as whether or not he's a narcissist, I don't know. I do know that, well, we live in a narcissistic matrix. And there's a lot of people like myself at one time, until we knew. A lot of them still celebrate the tradition. I don't. For those who didn't know that, now you do. I don't celebrate those things. And, shout out to Kelvin James for pointing this out in the comments on that live stream replay about if they can't resist. Well, it really is a good point. If they can't resist, if they can't say no to Christmas, then how are they going to say no to the mark of the beast? Great point. Because the two are very heavily correlated. Think about it. Because they feel entitled. Remember, the mark of the beast, again, like I said earlier, it's spiritual. Okay? All of that promotes the entitlement mindset. Because it's the holiday, they feel as though they deserve a present. That they feel entitled to gifts. They feel entitled to a stocking full of whatever. They feel entitled to it because it's a holiday. That's the ism mindset. That's the mark. More about that on the Patreon channel. But very good point. So I want to say thank you, fellow warrior, for pointing that out. And I know it's a harsh truth to hear. And I will admit that, yes, it was not easy gathering up my decorations that I had and getting rid of them. But I'm going to tell y'all, after I filled up that first garbage bag and got rid of it, woo! I did. I felt a spiritual burden lift. And I said, oh my gosh, I did not even realize that those traditions were causing us to feel obligated to have to buy gifts for people we don't even like. Yeah. So, we don't miss that. Oh, I said, ooh. And not only that, God tells us about the gifting anyhow. There's nothing wrong with it. It's in the mindset behind it. For example, if you all join us on Patreon and you choose the $10 intermediate tier, you will get a copy of the BTBW magazine as a gift, if you will, okay, as part of that tier. So it's not really a gift, it's just part of the bundle, so to speak. And if you've already got a copy of the BTBW magazine because you enrolled in How the Trauma Bond is Formed, you also get a copy of it in that course. So let's say you got the course, and then so you're not obviously going to want to get your free copy of the magazine at the $10 tier, so I will have something else in place, and you will receive it via email. I'm not going to tell you, I'm just going to do it. That's how it's done, because we have to honor our, I wouldn't say like promise, but we have to honor our, hey, this is the bundle, this is what you get. It's called customer service, right? It's called being honest, integrity, and things like that. And so, but God is very clear about that. We learn not to accept gifts from evildoers. And it's not because there's anything evil attached to them. It's because it's a simple fact that it didn't come from a genuine heart. Think about that for a moment. It did not come from a genuine heart. When one of these narcissists, tried to give us a gift. Yep. Oh, being called the Grinch and Scrooge at work when you told them that you don't celebrate Christmas. Yeah, you know what? That's what happens. And that's another reason why a lot of people will continue to celebrate it, even if they know the truth about it, because they don't want, they don't want to be targeted like that. They don't want to be called the bad guy for not celebrating. And so, right, you're free from all that. And they were still taken in. Well, see, that's the thing. It's all that glitz and glam. It's all that glitz and glam that they are easily taken in by, that we are not. I will tell you, yeah, it was because it is enchantment, if you will. I remember seeing the street decorated and stuff, and how beautiful it looked, right? How bright and beautiful, and just, right? How enchanting was it? That should signal, because nothing should feel that way. That's not normal. That's witchcraft. And so we learn to not allow it to awe us or woo us like that anymore. That's what I'm saying. Witchcraft, enchantments, y'all, Numbers 23:23. Enchantments aren't going to work on chosen one. Because eventually God wakes us up. We see that. We see it for what it is. We're like, oh. And so we're not impressed by any of that anymore. Because chosen ones, we were never really easily impressed anyway, but there were some things in life where it was just, right, we were conditioned, we were programmed to go along with all of that because it was considered normal. Now we know that it's not. It's part of the witchcraft on the world stage, the game of narcissism. Exactly, all of the glitz and the glam, that enchantment. And then not only that, y'all, I reside right outside. Okay, I reside in a city outside of Orlando, and let me tell you something. It's crazy, but it's so true. The billboard that tell you to come on into this and be spellbound. I'm like, yeah, you better believe it. Right? And then they also have billboards where it tells you that it's enchanting. Right? Join for some more enchantments. And I'm sitting there going, witchcraft, right there in front of you. Hello. Ding, 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 ding. Now we know. We didn't before, but we do now. And that's why, I did have some souvenirs from when I was a kid, because we didn't know then. It was in my room in the previous environment. Let me tell y'all something. Well, that's the thing, is that, yeah, I moved in silence, and I got rid of all that stuff. Right in front of the Jezebel before she started passing away. Yeah, they didn't even realize, but I was getting rid of all that stuff. I sure did. I had a Minnie Mouse. I had a hat. I got rid of it all. Done. Once I learned the truth about all of that and how it ties into witchcraft, I got rid of all that. Oh, yeah. Well, that was not coming with me. And so, well, see, that's the thing, okay? Yeah, there was, okay, the crap me atmosphere around him, okay, what it's supposed to be. Let me tell y'all something. That's what I learned from a fellow warrior who said, that it's true, said that the only reason a lot of people do celebrate it is because they've been deceived. They've been tricked into thinking that it's Jesus' birthday when it's not. Okay, we really don't know when his actual birthday is, and there's a reason for that, because celebrating birthdays is witchcraft. And it's like, I don't celebrate it, but my biological dad, I mean, I had that talk with God. I was like, do I tell him happy birthday? He was like, well, acknowledge him, I mean, but we don't celebrate it. But it is, because celebrating that stuff is witchcraft. And so we don't do it. But we got a fellow warrior who said that the only reason a lot of people do, because they don't realize that, and they've been deceived into thinking that it's celebrating Jesus' birthday, but it's not. They're actually worshiping the devil, and they don't know it. And the entitlement mindset, kids expect, exactly. Because there's a bunch of free stuff offered for birthdays, right? That promotes the entitlement mindset. Absolutely. Well, those Christmas songs, I don't even listen to them. Listen, I did. I went and I got me something to eat at Cracker Barrel, and they got all that Christmas stuff going on in there. I just don't pay it no mind. I don't pay it no mind. No mind whatsoever. And I do, it is a pagan festival dressed up as, well, I don't know. I mean, a jolly old man in a red suit doesn't seem very Christian to me, but okay. Yeah. Well, right, because you take two letters and rearrange them, right? You have Santa, but take two letters and rearrange them, and you've got Satan. That's not a coincidence. Think about it. Right? Any other name that could have been given to this jolly old man. So, but yeah, and that's the other thing, that you see grown adults putting up all of those decorations, and they're acting like they're 5 years old again. That would be another trick of the devil with all of that witchcraft, is to get them behaving like children once again. Toddlers in adult bodies. When we're supposed to grow and mature and get away from all of that at some point. Now, I understand, for those of you that got kids, that's you and God, okay? You and God. I remember when I was told that a certain tooth fairy was not real, okay? And I had to be old enough to where, where it wouldn't break my heart as a kid. So I get that, okay? And I remember how challenging it was, even as an adult, getting rid of those decorations, because years of conditioning. So I get it. Takes a while to overcome it. It takes a while to let go on something. But eventually we do, because we have to. We have to let go of those things in God's reality in order to be serving our purpose. To do God's perfect will. So there you go. All right, let me see. Any other questions and stuff? Right, parents who tell us about the fairy, tooth fairy, right. And, right, and you got to remember that if our parents told us about all of that and the parent lied to us about all of that, eventually they got to tell us the truth, because we had to learn that Santa wasn't real either. Well, there's truth to that, because Satan doesn't exist without a human host. We'll leave it on that note. All right, everybody. So keep on keeping on. All right. And we are going to stay in touch. Stay with us. Bible study. God willing. Saturdays. Okay. Saturdays right here on YouTube and Facebook, if we can remember to get on there. All right. Bible study around 4 p.m. Eastern time. God willing. Remember, I highly encourage y'all to subscribe to the YouTube channel, because if I'm not going to be live streaming, I'm going to put that right here on the YouTube channel in the community tab, so you don't miss those. And I will catch up with y'all. And then we find out the truth when you see the parents sneaking downstairs with the That's right. All right, so yes, looking forward to more Bible studies. Always love getting more of God's word, and Jesus is truth. And getting those helps us understand more about us. Sending love and light to all fellow warriors. Thank you for watching, listening, and for your continued support. Till next time, let's show some gratitude to the Heavenly Father. And you keep being you. In Jesus' name, amen.